Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Den, the Ganmain Sports Ground. We're coming to you once again today. The team are assembled after a 6-day break. More importantly, are the Lions prepared after a 6-day break? One day less than the normal 7 days, but anyway, I reckon they'll manage it. 1st of August, horse's birthday, but we're not interested in horses today. We're interested in the feline variety of creatures, with the Lions taking on the Wagga Tigers here at Ganmain today at the Den. It's an absolute stellar day, and the ground is in majestic condition, I'd suggest. It's the talk of the crowd here today, how well presented the ground is here today. We won't be impacted by any weather. We've shaken off the frost. We've survived the frost. Morphed into a lovely sort of a day. More importantly, our man Baz, that's bringing you all this technology, and his associate Tammy. Well, Baz is cock a hoop. He's got a meat tray last night, first time for about 6 weeks, so he's got a smile a mile wide. And Andrew Corbett. Andrew will give us the changes, because we've learnt that week to week here at the Lions, and not only the Lions but most clubs around the riverina, they're suffering injuries. There's change coming up every week. Good afternoon, Andrew.
Thanks very much, guys. Good to be here once again on a glorious day. And yes, today's game between the battle of the big cats, the Ganmain Grong Lions and the Wagga Tigers. Second, the Lions on the ladder up against the Wagga Tigers fourth coming into this game. And as we lead up to the finals, as we said last week, every victory is very important with that clutter of teams there in the top 6 in the competition. So the Lions have come into this game today being forced to make 2 changes. Out of the side is Joe Foley, and Jack Sussay, unfortunately, has had a bit of illness the last couple of days. He was due to line up for his 150th senior game, but he'll have to hold that over to next week. And so into the side in replacing of them is Brad Matters, who's returned after missing last week, and Zach McPherson, who's came home from school in Melbourne to line up for the Lions. And as we move across to the Wagga Tigers side, they've got 5 ins in today's game. Ben Kelly, Charlie Bance, Jack Flood, Ryle Davis and Will Mutton have come into the Tigers side, and at the moment they've just got out Jay Lucas, Jay Wood, Jay Manton and A. Lyons. So a few changes there for the Wagga Tigers today. Coming up against the Lions, also like to congratulate David Kailberg on playing his 100th reserve grade game with the Lions, and his 350th senior game in total in his career today. And also to Emma Walsh over on the netball courts, playing her 300th game. So some major milestones there for some very well credentialed Ganmain players.
It's terrific to have that long service, both on the football side and the netball side of things, Andrew. And as we know, they're big contributors around the club, just not on the field also. So in their endeavours to see this club succeed and continue on, have success in the Riverina Football Netball League. So of course the other change we had up there on the side, the Lions side, that Riley Corbett was in the side. Well, that's not happening. Riley's still out, of course, after that heavy collision came down that marking contest at the Crossroads Oval, Collingully, a fortnight ago. So no, you won't see Riley today, but as we mentioned, this weather is just absolutely couldn't be better for winter football, Andrew. There's no excuses there today. Just slight breeze from the northeast, so open play. We know there'll be ball ups and it'll be bottled up and everything, but if anything, the players will have to be shielded from the sun in the marking competitions occasionally, perhaps. But that's about the only thing I could think of the weather might affect today. But great day for it.
Yes, and just another bit of news there. I noticed this week that Hans Hayes Stratton, the coach of Area Park Marul, in that famous 1984 grand final against Gammain Grong Madong, he passed away recently at the age of 72 after a short battle with cancer. He also got a premiership there at Tuggeranong in the AFL Canberra competition in 86. So, yeah, sad to hear that. He was a very fine player and a very good coach there at Area Park. And, yeah, it was a real contest in that grand final back in 84. It was only the last minute of the game that the Lions got their nose in front.
Oh, it gets talked about nearly every week here amongst those of us that were there, and not only by those that played. But Andrew, I just noticed on the Facebook, we've got some people travelling the world. We've got some people seeking the sun in Queensland. We've got people in northern New South Wales, and we've got the treasurer Mick Quinn and his son Liam and Peter Brill. They're attending an AFL game in Melbourne today. Don't know how he got permission to be relieved from his position here today, but anyway, we'll do our best to, as long as the technology holds up, which Baz is sure it will. We'll bring you the action here today. And, of course, we wouldn't dare go away, Baz or Andrew, would we? The commentary team, we've got to be here, and we suffer for our art to put up with this, the frost, and we've left the frost behind, but we're endeavouring to do a good job today to bring the footy to you here from the Den.
Yeah, no, it's a glorious day. And did you catch the toss, Guy? I'm not sure. We'll find out shortly which way the Lions are heading and which way the Tigers are heading as both teams continue to warm up.
Yeah,
leading into the start of this game.
We'll soon see. And the only couple of other things I've got. Remember, tomorrow the 100 Club draw is at Romano's from 1 till 3. You can just go online. You can still grab a ticket or get in contact with Tom Anderson. So that big prize of $7,000, someone or a syndicate will be $7,000 the richer tomorrow afternoon about 3 o'clock with coming out of Romano's Hotel in Wagga. So good day set down for that tomorrow. And of course 3 weeks from today, the Gammain show. Now we all know that, you know, how important, how much work goes into the show. Unfortunately, Andrew, the Lions will be playing that day by the look of it.
Yes, at this stage, Guy, it'll be 2 versus 3 in Narendra on that Saturday, the qualifying final. And at this stage, the Lions hold on to second spot.
Yeah, well, as we know, show day, the footy, the Lions Football Netball Club, Senior Junior. We have the luncheon pavilion and the barbecue steak sandwich pavilion along Sideshow Alley there. That takes a lot of effort. We need those proceeds to keep coming into the club, so it's going to be all volunteers on deck on that weekend to keep the footy running at Narendra and keep the show running at Gammain. It's happened last year. We got through it, and I'm sure with support from big support from supporters, it'll happen again this year. And just hope the Lions are successful in that final, and the show is successful on the day, which I'm sure it will be. On the countdown here to the ball up here at the Gammain Sports Ground. Coaches are coming to their respective dugouts.
So it looks like the Lions will be kicking to the northern end, the dam end, to start this game, and the Tigers will be kicking to the road end, to the right of screen. The Lions, once again, I think 9 teenagers in this side today. So they're certainly a young side and playing with plenty of enthusiasm.
Tigers comprehensively won the earlier grades, Andrew, but the talk around the boundary lines when the under-18s was on, well, most of our top under-18s, of course, they're playing first grade, so which we're very fortunate to have them.
So umpire is about to start the game, and Dan Foley in the ruck for the Lions. Up against Field for the Tigers. Field taps that down. Dan Foley gets a hand pass out to Tom Anderson. Hands one's back to Brad Matters. Back into the side today. Goes wide out to that wing. Race for the ball there by Jake Underwood. He can't pick it up. He's been held without possession of the ball, and he'll get the first kick of the game.
Coming off
on the wing there. He's going to chip inside to Tom Anderson.
Coming off a good game last week, I was going to mention Jake Underwood.
Tom Anderson goes short to Dan Foley. Umpire calls it not 15. Told to play on. He swings wide, looking for Jesse Lander in front of the scoreboard. It's a good spoil there by Nicholas Gorman, the captain of the Wagga Tigers. That's out over the sideline.
So over that area of the ground, we got Isaac Nobles, Concreting, Logan Hitchens, Croker Grain. Terrific sponsors.
Dan Foley, Lockie Field in the ruck. Field picks it up. He's tackled by Dan Foley. The umpire calls for a ball up. Dan Foley taps that down. Gathered by Klemke for Tigers. Kick forward there. Race for the ball there by Zach Burhop. Gets tapped on to Tom Anderson. Drills one to centre half forward there. Jesse Lander can't gather the ball. Gorman kicks out of defence there. Cut off by Tom Quinn. Hand passes inside to Dan Foley. Back to Boston McCree. Chips a little short one to the boundary line there. Finds Zach Burhop. He controls that ball on the far side. Been asked to play on, sends this one forward. Looking for Jed Corbett leading out at centre forward. The ball's on the ground. Gathered there by Ben Kelly. Hand passes back. Tackle there by Charlie Smith. Is it? Yeah, good tackle by Charlie Smith on his Tigers opponent in Best. Throw up there. Dan Madden in the ruck. Tapped by Field. Down to Klemke. Hand pass gathered by Jack Reynolds. Kicks forward there. Looking for Seb Hamlin. Tackle there by Jed Corbett on his Tigers opponent Ben Kelly. And the umpire call for a ball up. 30 metres out from goal. The Lions goal. Madden taps that down into the arms of Jack Reynolds. He's wrapped up immediately there by his Tigers opponent, and the umpire will ball it up. Madden taps forward. Gathered by Jake Underwood. He's tackled immediately. Over the shoulder. He's give it to me, he's called. It looked like an over the shoulder call, but it's gathered by Madden out of the ruck. It goes forward into the arms of Jed Corbett. He can't control it. Forced through behind there by Tom Anderson. And the Tigers will bring it in. First score for the Lions. Lockie Myers has the ball. Drills one looking for Pavitt. He can't mark. Spoiled by Boston McCree. Tigers kick it forward there. Race for the ball between Zach McPherson and Best Ryan. And it's out over the sidelines in front of the Tigers box. It'll be a throw in.
And we thank Cummins Hendricks there, Regional Hydraulics. We thank them very much for their sponsorship.
Dan Foley taps it down to Tom Anderson. Gathers. Has to kick on his left. Ball's forced out by Tigers on that half forward flank of the Lions.
And next along we got Ag and Vet and Beaumont Tiles.
Front position Field has. Taps it down. Jack Reynolds tries to gather. Hand passes one forward. Has been cut off by Myers for the Tigers. Good mark by Nick McCormack there at half forward for the Tigers. He'll go back and take his quick kick. Looking for Stevenson. Boston McCree's in front and marks solidly there. In front of Stevenson. Kicks long down the line, looking for Dan Foley. Coming high is Madden, spoils. Tigers hand pass forward, and McCormack has hold of the ball. And the umpire will ball it up.
Right below the commentary, western side of the ground, sorry.
Field taps that down, looking for Klemke. Ball's on the ground there, players pile in, and the umpire call for another ball up. Dan Foley gets a kick forward. Ball comes out, a fresh air shot there by Jesse Lander. Gathered by Jake Underwood. He can't get his hand pass away. Good strong tackle there by Jesse Lander, and it's against Jack Flood there, caught with the ball.
Yeah, umpire deemed he had prior.
He elects to kick wide to Shannon Butterfield. He can go long to centre half forward. Strong lead by Jed Corbett. Goes through his hands. Over the back is Jack Reynolds. Races into an open goal, and the Lions score the first.
The Lions are one goal, 1-7. Tigers yet to score with 5.5 minutes gone. Good movement, Andrew. Good movement from the Lions around the western wing here, the club side of the ground. Moved it on quickly. Tigers will be looking to grab that one back.
Yes, the game started at a low-key pace at the moment, but the Lions fortunate to get the first goal. We're back to the centre of the ground. Dan Foley, Lockie Fields in the ruck. Dan Foley taps it back to Tom Anderson. He grabs the ball, but taken over the shoulder. Been called to play on, goes wide, and finds Lucas Hattie on the far wing. Chips a little one to Nate Hamlin, who can play on here. Drills another low pass and finds Zach Burhop right in front of the scoreboard. Kicks another low one, but it's on the ground there. Race for the ball by Jesse Lander. He gathers, hand passes to Jack Reynolds. He can swing around on his right. Ball's touched. It's going to land in the arms of the Tigers there. Ball's on the ground there. Comes out the back to Jack Reynolds. Gets a hand pass back inside to Nate Hamlin. He swings around the corner on his right. Has a shot, and it's across the face of goal and out of bounds. He'll be thrown in that left forward pocket.
So we've got Tin from the Gammain Pharmacy there in Ford Street and Elders Wagga Wagga.
Dan Madden and Field in the ruck. And Field punches it towards the sideline as Shannon Butterfield tries to gather it in, and it's out of his reach, and it'll be another throw in.
Yeah, he just couldn't get clean possession. Unfortunate bounce for him.
Henry Cook not in that Tigers side today. Field doing most of the ruck duty so far as it comes back to Nate Hamlin. He sends this forward into centre half forward there. Race for the ball there by Ben Kelly. Gathers, swings back on his right. Looks for McCulloch there at centre half forward, and he's tackled Seb Hamlin without possession of the ball. He swings around on his left, chips one into centre half forward and finds Jake Underwood. He's going to have to kick this from 50. He's looking to give it off, but he's going to go back and send this forward for the Lions.
Well, it's a completely dry ball, a little bit of breeze across his right shoulder. He's just got to allow for that. See how he goes with distance. You get a good view of this, so he just kicks from right on the 50.
Almost makes the distance, almost marked by Dan Madden. A hand pass by Seb Hamlin on to Jesse Lander. Kicks on his left back to the middle of the ground. Gathered by Jake Underwood. He can't hold it. And the ball's bumbling up there as Dan Madden tries to gather. Tackle there on the Tigers there, and it's deemed a throw. And Jake Underwood's followed up there, and he's awarded with a good tackle on his Tigers opponent. He's 15 metres out from goal.
Well, he's in everything in the moment. Young Jake
started very well.
I thought for a minute Dan Madden had his eyes on sharking another one of those goals like last week, Andrew, but he might today yet before the game's out.
Yes, as Jake Underwood comes in at his approach, and he gets the Lions' second goal of the quarter.
So the Lions are 2-1-13. Tigers yet to score here at the Den with not quite 10 minutes gone. It's been a very contested opening, but the Lions have managed to get two on the board.
Back to the centre of the ground. Dan Foley and Field in the ruck. Tapped down by Field, gathered again by Field. Hand pass out to Nick McCormack. He sends this forward for the Tigers. And a good, strong positioning there by Stevenson, but it's cleared by Brad Matters. Out to the flank here in front of Lucas Hattie. Gathered by Hayden Gardner. Gets a hand pass on to Jack Reynolds. He can send this forward for the Lions. He sends it long, looking for Jed Corbett. He has front position. He taps it down, gathered by the Tigers there. Punched back by Wadley. Into Ben Kelly, kicks this out of defence there. Under this is Boston McCrean. He takes the chest mark on the wing. Just held up there. Centre wing for the Lions in front of the club rooms. He's been called to play on. He sends this forward, looking for Jake Underwood. He flies. It's gathered there by Wadley. Gets a hand pass away, backwards. Then on to McCulloch. Another quick hands then to Myers. On to McCormack. On to Pavitt. Pressure there by Hayden Gardner, who wraps him up in a strong tackle, and he's awarded with a free kick.
Yeah, umpire tells him he did have time. He had prior. Oh, that'll be late. That'll be downfield, I reckon.
Yes, downfield against Pavitt there on young Hayden Gardner. And the kick will go to Jed Corbett.
Might want to cool your heels a bit here, fellows. No, we talked about last week, Andrew. The umpire's not going to have any of that late stuff. They're going to rule that out.
Jed Corbett to take the downfield free kick. 40 metres out on a 60-degree angle, is it? And comes in on his approach. Kick is on its way, and it drifts to the left. It's a behind. A let off there for the Tigers. As Dan Madden comes from the ground limping. As Tigers bring us in and find Field there at centre half forward. He chips wide to Luke McKay. Chip a little one forward. Into the arms of Jack Flood, who marks in front of the scoreboard. Kicks a long drill pass forward and gathered by Stevenson. Gathered there by Jackson Kelly, back into the centre of the ground, and McKay chips this forward, looking for Pavitt on a strong lead. Spoiled there by McCree. No, the umpire deems he pushed him in the back, and the ball will come back to Pavitt there at centre half forward.
Wasn't a lot in it, but once you put hands in the back nowadays, it's nearly always a push in the back in favour of the forwards. Fair enough. Once again, he'll just kick from outside the 50 to clear the man on the mark.
Distance shouldn't be a problem. And it's all the way for the Tigers. First goal to Pavitt.
So the Tigers have got their opener. 2-2-14 now. Tigers one straight goal. 13 minutes gone. Game starting to open up a little bit now. We've lost a little bit of that congestion. Could still be tight all day though. No love lost between these cats, Andrew.
As Pavitt comes into the ruck now for Tigers. Field has gone to the bench and gathered out of the ruck by Dan Foley. Shannon Butterfield sends this forward, and underneath it is Seb Hamlin, and he marks 30 metres out on a slight angle. He'll go back and have a shot. Chance for a quick reply from the Lions.
Great teamwork. Dan Foley, Shannon Butterfield, he had time to look up.
Seb comes in on his approach. Was amongst the goals last week with 3. Kick is on its way. Umpire likes it. And it's through for a goal. The Lions third.
Lions are 3-2-20. Tigers one straight goal. 15 gone. I assume his mum and dad are still on holidays, Andrew. They'll like it too if they're picking up the stream.
Yes, they watched the game last week from America, and they'll be able to do so again this week. Back to the centre of the ground. Foley and Pavitt in the ruck. Foley taps that forward into the arms of Luke McKay. He can't gather. Race for the ball between Pavitt and Foley as Pavitt tackles Hayden Gardner high there, and he'll receive the free kick in the centre of the ground. Kicks this one long and low, looking for Jed Corbett. Arms outreached. Tries to gather this one in. He's tackled, gets his hand pass away and deemed to be caught with the ball. McKay has possession of the centre of the ground. He quickly plays on, looking for Stevenson. He falls over and Josh Walsh marks at fullback there for the Lions. Chips forward, finds Charlie Smith there on the half-back flank. Kicks wide to Zach Burhop, then on to Colby Hamlin on that far wing. Drings one in forward, looking for Jesse Lander, gathered there by Ben Kelly. He breaks one tackle. Hand passes back inside, gathered there by Tigers. Picked up by Nicholas McCormack. Hand passes one looking for McKay. Hand pass back to Jackson Kelly. He comes across the ground to Will Mutton. He marks. He's got Lockie Myers there on the wing who marks. Goes back in towards the centre of the ground there. And Matt Ryan marks. Quick hands on to Myers. Tigers looking to play on at all cost here. He finds Stevenson on the bounce. Hand pass back to Bance there for the Tigers. There's a clearing kick by Dan Foley out wide to Jesse Lander. He grabs off the ground. Misses the hand pass on to Zach Burhop. Gathered by Ryan there from the Tigers. He drills one into Finley Hubbard there, and he takes a mark. It's on a 45-degree angle, 40 metres out from goal.
What breeze there is right behind him, so that'll help him. The distance shouldn't be a problem anyway, but 45 degrees can test a lot of players. Otherwise, perfect conditions, as we keep repeating. You'll be sick of us telling you. Comes in on his left. Ball carries the pack, but it's offline. Goal umpire taps his shoulder, but the field umpire's
called a free kick to Dan Foley for a shepherd on Murray Stevenson.
So no score.
No score, yes. So Dan Foley to bring this ball forward, looking for Zach McPherson. He finds him on the half-back flank. He's going to have to kick down the line here. It'll be a free kick to Jed Corbett against Lockie Myers. All over him.
Way too much attention there from his opponent.
Quickly hand passes to Zach McPherson. He drills one down the wing looking for Hayden Gardner, but stepping in is Lucas Hattie. He can kick long to the goal square. Under this is Seb Hamlin, and he takes a strong mark in front of two Tigers opponents. He'll go on back and line up for his second.
Eyes on the ball all the way. Not surprising that he dragged it in. Andrew, the Myers, they're relations of yours, aren't they?
Yes, Lockie Myers, grandson of Paddy Myers.
There you go. You can't go far.
Yeah, Jed and Lockie are related. As Seb Hamlin comes in on his approach. Straight in front. Kick is on its way. Goal umpire does not move, and Seb Hamlin has his second. The Lions fourth for the quarter.
Lions sneaking quite a break here in the first term on the Tigers. 4-2-26. The Tigers are just one straight goal. 19 minutes gone now. Tigers need one or two before quarter time for the siren.
Turby Park have the first goal at Mar Oval against Collingully. 6-0. 3 minutes gone in the first quarter as we come back to the centre of the ground here. And Dan Foley in the ruck against Lockie Field. Dan Foley taps it down into the palms of Nate Hamlin, but he's wrapped up immediately by two Tigers opponents.
Yeah, they swamped on him, caught up in traffic.
Dan Foley taps that back into the arms of Shannon Butterfield. He's copped one high. He'll get the free kick in the centre of the ground. Elects to go long to centre half forward there, but sitting under this is Wadley for the Tigers, and he marks. He plays on, kicks wide out to the far wing there. Finds Jackson Kelly, kicks one over the top looking for Best. The kick does not make its target. He taps it on to Matt Ryan there. Hand pass back by Tigers to Best. Dodges around one. Then on to Bance. He sends this forward looking for Stevenson, and he marks in front of Josh Walsh. He's 45 metres from goal on a very tight angle.
Yeah, he's only less than 5 metres in from the boundary. In the background there, we welcome those sponsors: Gammain Hotel, Gleneath, Border Leicesters, Gammain News Agency. We thank them very much.
Stevenson goes a long way back on his approach.
Yes, he's not going to run into Josh Walsh on the mark.
Right up there in the goal kicking. The kick is on its way. It's very good off the boot, and it's spoiled through from behind by Seb Hamlin. As the Lions elect to go wide, they come up now through the centre of the ground, gathered by Tom Anderson. He takes one bounce, two bounces, sends one forward looking for Jed Corbett, but cut off there by the Tigers. They come into the centre of the ground and find Jackson Kelly. Quickly plays on and finds Field, further afield. Hand pass wide there to Mason Crawford. Foster kicks this one high. Sitting under it is Dan Foley, but it's a good mark to Pavitt. He's 50 metres from goal on the boundary line.
He's walked himself around a bit, but the umpire said, no, you've got to go back, son. A bit tighter than that.
Comes in on his approach. Distance shouldn't be a problem. It's just off to the right and it's through for a behind.
Lions are 4-2-26. Tigers 1-3-9. 22 gone.
Zach Burhop to bring this back in for the Lions. He's going to elect to kick down the line. Dodges around Bance there. Kicks high to the wing there. Punched inside by Lucas Hattie. Hand pass forward there. Gathered by Klemke. Gets a kick forward along the ground. It travels. Gathered by Zach McPherson. Hand pass to Shannon Butterfield. On to Lucas Hattie. His kick is smothered. Ball's on the ground there. Klemke's tackled by Shannon Butterfield, and it'll be a ball up in front of the Lions box.
We've got the Lions box and Baz's box, and sponsorship there by Jake Wood, shearing from Wagga.
Field taps it down for McKay. Gets a hand pass away there. McKay with his head over the ball was tackled, and the umpire will ball it up.
Repeat, ball up. 3 metres in from the boundary.
Dan Foley grabs it out of the ruck, but he's tackled immediately. And the umpire, Joel Fairman, will call for another ball up. Field taps that forward into the palms of Jackson Kelly. He drops the ball, and he's been caught. Free kick will go to Nate Hamlin. Lions players saying just to slow it down. 25 minutes almost gone in this first quarter as he kicks long, looking for Jed Corbett. But it's marked by Ben Kelly, who had front position there. Tigers had numbers back at that contest.
Yeah, double teaming on Jed there. Why wouldn't they? He's a handful if he gets free.
The Lions still have Dan Madden off the ground at this stage with a leg injury. As Ben Kelly goes wide and finds Best. He kicks down the line looking for McKay. Spoiled there by Hayden Gardner. Gathered by Tom Anderson. Kicks this one downfield. Sitting under this is Jed Corbett and takes a good chest mark from behind over Wadley. He's 60 metres from goal. He spots Hayden Gardner and drills one between two Tigers opponents. and he's taken a mark 50 metres from goal on a 45-degree angle.
I think I can just see the fate outline of the 50, Andrew. He might be able to just creep inside the 50 when he lets go, so this will be a great test for him. And now the added pressure is the siren's gone, so the kick will be after the siren. Every schoolboy's dream to kick a goal after the siren at some stage of their career. Here's his opportunity. Baz is right behind it, couldn't be better. Comes in, right foot, drop punt. We like it. No, umpire's ruling that it didn't make the distance. Quarter time.
Almost got to the line.
Almost got there, but grounded out. So quarter time here at the Gammain Sports Ground, the Den. The lines are 4-2-26. The Tigers are 1-3-9. As Andrew mentioned, it was a tight, little bit of a scrappy opening till players found their feet. Lions got a bit of a run on. Not a big break on the Tigers, but Lions will be looking to go on with it. And Tigers coaching staff will be looking to plug the holes in the Lions' attacks and see if they can improve on that scoreboard in the second quarter here. Any more to add, Andrew, if we go to the break?
No, it's been, the Lions, that first quarter, 4-1 against Tigers. They'll be banking on getting Dan Madden back out there. It's with their ruck rotations.
Yeah, we mentioned last week in the call that both the Dans, terrific ruck work, and then just picking up possessions like as though they were ruck rovers also. So that's a loss if we can't get Dan Madden back on the ground, but hopefully we can. So we'll have a drink, have a break, bring you back with the second quarter shortly. Both sides resume their positions here for the start of the second quarter at the Den. Coaches have delivered their instructions. Unfortunately for the Lions, Andrew reports that there's still no Dan Madden on the field.
Yes, so we're about ready to start this second quarter. The clock is sitting on 3 minutes there at the moment, but umpire about to throw the ball up. Dan Foley in the ruck against field. Tap forward by Dan Foley. Gathered there by Nick McCormack. Ball spills out the back, and Shannon Butterfield is wrapped around the legs there. It's a free kick. Chips this wide to Tom Anderson, who falls over. Pressure here from the Tigers. Numbers there, gathered by Bance. Hand pass to McKay. The centre of the ground, he dodges around 1 and 2, then kicks this one forward there, looking for Stevenson. Coming in front of him is Tom Quinn there. Taps one back by McCree to Tom Quinn. Kicks forward there, gathered by Jackson Kelly. Sends this forward to the goal square, a vacant goal square, and it's through for a goal. First goal of the second term to the Tigers.
So in under a minute, the Tigers are on the board in the second term with a major. Their players, coaches, supporters will be very pleased with that opening.
As Corey Pavitt gets to his feet on that far side, holding his ribs. He's going to remain there, but he's got up very gingerly. But the ever-experienced Jackson Kelly, a premiership with Norfolk in the Sandful. Came back to the Wagga Tigers from Albury Tigers this year. As Dan Madden is back on the bench. Good news there for the Lions as Dan Foley in the ruck against Field. Tapped down by Field into the path of Nate Hamlin. He tries to tap it forward as McCormack's tackled with possession of the ball, and the umpire will ball it up. Umpire Mavroudis. Field and Foley try to tap that forward. It's swatted by McCormack as Lucas Hattie comes in off the wing and gathers possession in front of Kelly. All tapped forward by Field, gathered by Orion, onto Jackson Kelly. Tigers charting to get a bit of ascendancy around the ball. Tom Quinn holds front position there against Klempke. Pavitt is caught with the ball. Hand passes forward, looking for Klempke on to McCormack. He swung in a tackle. The ball on the ground there, picked up by Jesse Lander as Shannon Butterfield's tackled at centre half forward there by Pavitt, who seems to have recovered from that knock moments ago. Dan Foley in the ruck against Field. Field taps it forward, and it's caught there is Nate Hamlin with the ball. Arm over the shoulder, but umpire Mavroudis calls for a ball up. Dan Foley taps that backwards, gathered by Flood there, kicks one forward, looking for McKay, gabbed by Tom Quinn, dodges around one, goes to the boundary line there, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw in that pocket. Ball thrown in. Dan Foley taps it down. Dan Foley picks it up and he's caught, but the umpire will ball it up. Tapped down by Dan Foley. And another tackle there on Dan Foley by the Tigers in Corey Pavitt. Another ball up. 20 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Dan Foley taps it back to Shannon Butterfield. He kicks wide, and this will be a lasso kick to the Tigers. Last touch rule between the 50s. Taken by Matt Ryan. Drills one into centre forward. And it's a good mark there to the Tigers there in Charlie Bance.
He outmanoeuvred his Lions opponent in Brad Matters on that occasion. Once again, we're right behind it here in the commentary position. He'll kick from right on the 50, so it's a right foot drop punt. It's going all the way, I reckon.
And the goal umpire likes it, and it's a goal to Charlie Bance.
Dan Foley suggesting to the goal umpire that he got there, but the goal umpire's not going to be swayed. They never are. The Lions are 4-2-26. The Tigers are 3-2-20. In a fairly tight affair here now at the Gammain Sports Ground with just under 5 minutes gone in the second term.
Back to the centre of the ground. It's a run here from the Tigers as Dan Foley taps it down to Tom Anderson, gathered by Charlie McCormack. Hand passes wide. Ball comes back to McCormack, tries to dodge around 1-2. Hand pass back inside to Crawford Foster. He gives one back to Vance. Tigers running backwards here with it, onto McKay there, kicks this one forward, and it's marked by Klempke at centre forward. He hand passes backwards to McCormack, kicks forward looking for Stevenson. The ball's on the ground there. It's gathered by Crawford Foster there for the Tigers, and his kick has gone wide, and it's out of bounds on the full. It'll be a kick to Zach Burhop in that far back pocket. No, it's through from behind, the umpire's called.
One behind. Must have been very close.
He elects to go up the centre of the ground and finds Tom Quinn. Gets a quick hand pass to Nate Hamlin, kicks forward looking for Dan Madden, who marks in front of Best there for the Tigers. And he'll go back and have a shot from 45 metres out.
Good to see Dan get back on the ground.
Kick is on its way, it's going to fall short, and it's out over the sidelines, through for a behind.
So we'll see a ball in there right up against the point post, the Lions scoring end. We've got sponsors there, Coolum Butchery.
Dan Madden the ruck, squats it back, goes over the head of Jesse Lander. Ball's on the ground there, gathered by McCulloch for the Tigers. Comes out of defence, there is Ryan. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will ball it up. Crawford Foster it was. Field taps it back, but it's gathered by Jake Underwood. And And he gets his... umpire Mavridis calls for a ball up there as Tom Anderson was knocked down off the ball there. Field taps it back into the path of Tom Anderson. He gets to get a kick away, but he's forced over the sideline. And the umpire's deemed to be caught with the ball. So it'll be a free kick to Tigers there. McCulloch to take the kick. He elects to go back across goal there and finds Wadley in the goal square. He plays on. He can go wide looking for Ben Kelly. He marks unopposed on that half-back flank. Tips further afield looking for Gorman. He's unattended on that far wing. Wadley runs on now. He tries to gather in the hand pass. Back to Gorman. Goes one way then the next. He's caught with the ball. The umpire says play on. No, it's going to be a ball up.
Unfortunately for the Lions, Andrew Dan Madden off the ground again.
Yes, he looks a bit ginger on that knee. As Seb Hamlin taps that down. And as McKay bursts through the tackle there. Flood that was, gives it to Jackson Kelly. Sends his one forward looking for McKay. Spoiled by Tom Quinn. Ball on the ground there. Coming out to meet it is McKay. He tries to pick it up. He dodges around one or two. Gets a hand pass back to Zach McPherson who gathers it. Kick then back across field by the Lions there. On to Jake Underwood. And chips one forward to Lucas Hattie. He comes into the centre of the ground to Brad Matters. He can play on. He comes wide here looking for Blair Walsh who marks on the wing there for the Lions. Kips along the line, finds Dan Foley. Then passes one to Jake Underwood. Chips one short looking for Jed Corbett. Spoiled there by Field. Ball's on the ground there. Gathered by Field. He kicks forward looking for McKay. Spoiled by Tom Quinn. Gathered by Boston McCree. And he's wrapped up in a tackle there. Centre forward. Wagga Tigers forward line.
Good quick turnaround there by Tom Quinn. His opponent worked him under the ball, but he was able to wheel around and spoil the second grab from his Tigers opponent.
Ball tapped down there as Seb Hamlin comes to the ruck. It's kicked forward there by the Tigers. Race to the ball by Brad Matters and McCormack there, and it's out of bounds. Be a throw in.
Once again, we've got Beaumont Tiles, Choices Flooring, Gammane Pharmacy.
Throw in there. Seb Hamlin tries to grab it out of the ruck. Hand pass back to Shannon Butterfield. Kicks this one high in on his left. Under this is Jake Underwood. Klemke grabs, hand passes forward to Ryan, comes into the path of Hayden Gardner. He can't pick it up. Hand pass by Charlie Smith, gathered by Field, kicks forward there, and in front of Stevenson is Boston McCree who marks. Goes across goal to Josh Walsh. He can chip a little one wide, but it's going to go long to Colby Hamlin. Hand pass on to Zach McPherson. He comes charging through the centre of the ground, looking for Dan Foley. Goes through his hands, gathered by Best. On to Klemke, back to McCulloch. He drops it. He's tackled. He should be caught with the ball. The umpire said he tries to hand pass. Nate Hamlin gathers. He runs into it, kicks it to an open goal square, and it's through for a goal for the Lions. A mistake there by the Tigers in the centre of the ground, and Nate Hamlin swooped on that and kicked it from 45 out into a vacant goal square, and it rolled through for a goal for the Lions. A much needed goal in this second term.
Initially, I think the Lions thought they were a bit hard done by not to receive a free, but it didn't matter. The umpire signalled that he did get a handball away, and the play on favoured the Lions. And they went on to score that goal in a very vacant goal square at the southern end of the ground. Ball back in the centre.
Seb Hamlin on the ruck against Finley Hubbard. The ball's on the ground there. It's gathered by Jackson Kelly. Kicks wide out to that far side. Sitting under this is Zach Burhop, and he marks in front of Campbell Foster. Kicks across ground looking for Hayden Gardner. Pressure there by Wadley. Ball spills free. Best tries to pick it up there, gathered by Wadley. Hand pass backwards there, coming through is Hubbard. Gathered by Shannon Butler, then he's tackled, gets a hand pass back, but it's into the path of Foster there. Wadley gathers now. Sends this one in forward looking for Stevenson. But sitting under this one is Boston McCree being called to play on. It was touched. Clearing kick out of defence there by Burhop. And it's marked by Gorman. And he drills one back inside there to Stevenson. And he'll go back and have a shot 30 metres out from goal on a slight angle.
Will he be looking to slot this through? That's an understatement. Keep in touch with the Lions. Not much in it here in the second term. With 12 minutes gone, the Lions are 5-2, 32. Tigers 3-3-21 with a kick to come. 45 out. Virtually straight in front. Northern end of the ground. Perfect conditions. It's a goal. All the way, goal to the Tigers. It's neck and neck here at the Gammain Sports Ground.
Yes, that's the Tigers' third goal of the quarter. To the Lions, one. It's now become a tight tussle. It's a real challenge here for the Lions.
Yeah, if you turn it over today, you'll get scored against.
It's a very experienced midfield here from the Tigers. Klemke, McKay, McCormack. Dan Foley in the ruck, taps that back. Gathered by Dan Foley for Jesse Lander. On to Jack Reynolds, sends this forward. Sitting under it is Jed Corbett. He marks in front of Kelly. Lions bench calling for 50 there as he's close attention from Ben Kelly. Kicks his forward looking for Seb Hamlin. It goes over his back. And a race for the ball there, and it's out over the boundary line.
Yeah, Jed was receiving a fair bit of attention over the shoulder in that marking contest. The field umpire was inside, so we'll... Anyway, still got a chance as it's inside the Lions' attack.
Klemke in the ruck there, but punches this forward into the path of Matt Ryan. He comes wide to the wing there, but it's marked by Boston McCree. He picked that off well. He marks in front of the broadcasting box. Looks to send this back in for the Lions. There's not much on offer there. He's got to go long and deep, and sitting under this is Seb Hamlin and Wadley, who intercepts and marks. Just holds it up there. He's going to kick down the line. He drills one, but he's straight down the throat of Lucas Hattie, who quickly kicks it forward to Jack Reynolds at centre half forward. Chips one over the top looking for Jed Corbett. He's taken out of the market contest, but it's picked up by Shannon Butterfield and does a beautiful check side through the middle of the goals.
He just had enough time to look up and see, well, there's no one, I have to do this, there's no one between me and the goals. And he made it look so simple, Andrew.
So the Lions get a little bit of breathing space, Guy.
Yeah, 6-2-38 now for the Lions. Tigers 4-3, 27. Already we got 16 gone in the second. So those minutes tick away.
As Tommy Anderson comes back on the field. Dan Foley in the ruck. Taps that one down, coming through is Klemke, gets a hand pass back to McKay, but it's cut off by Charlie Smith. Swings around on his right, kicks this to centre forward, but it's well marked there by Ryle Davis. Luke McKay takes the possession there, kicks wide to Matt Ryan, back to McKay there. He can kick one over the top to Klemke here on the wing, gives a little hand pass to Ryan, swings on his left and sends this forward there. Sitting under this is Dan Foley, who takes the mark. Next to go back inside there as the sun in the eyes of Brad Matters. It goes through his hands. It's grabbed by Charlie Smith. Back to Matters. The ball's on the ground there. Field gets one out the back to Bance. Drills this to centre forward looking for a goal. But it's through for a behind.
We talked about that early, Andrew. The sun could come into play. It's a good problem to have on a winter's day.
Yes, very much so there for Brad Matters, who's looking directly into the sun there as Zach Burhop brings this in quickly to Tom Quinn at half back. Drills one wide, looking for Hayden Gardner, but the boundary line's going to beat him. I think he may have just got a touch to that. The umpire's going to call for a throw in. It wasn't the last lasso.
He was good enough to touch it. He knew the pressure was on to stave off the giving a opposition free kick to the Tigers. Just made it.
By throws it in, field at the back, gathered by Tom Anderson, gathered by Dan Foley. Hand passes forward for Jesse Lander. He tries to gather there inside the boundary line, but it's out of bounds.
Another throw in right below Baz's box, sponsored by Jake Woods from Wagga. Good bloke, Jake.
Yeah, I'll be with Jake next week in the Sheeran Shed. Good team of men.
You'll get some information not to do with football there.
Yep, we'll listen to some good music. As Hayden Gardner kicks his forward, sitting under a Seb Hamlin. It goes through his hands. Gathered by Wadley onto McCulloch. He can go wide, looking for Ben Kelly. He puts it out in front of him. Dodges around Corbett. Then hand passes back to Best. They're corralled here by the Lions there. And it's a good tackle by Nate Hamlin on Ben Kelly, and he's caught with the ball.
Yeah, he's going to be rewarded with a free kick, and so he should be. Tigers had prior on that occasion. Had good time, yep.
Good forward pressure there by the Lions. Nate Hamlin will go back and line up for his second, but he's on a pretty tight angle.
Yeah, when your forwards, Andrew, when your forwards apply pressure and put their body on the line and commit to tackles like that, it lifts the whole side.
Kick is on its way.
I think the players like it, Andrew.
Yeah, they love it. It's a goal. He's second.
So a goal out of nothing to the Lions. Just a good tackle, sweating on the player.
The Lions get a little bit of breathing space now, late in this second quarter.
7-3
Tigers challenged.
7-3-45, 4-3-27.
2 goals apiece to Nate and Seb Hamlin. 1 each to Jack Reynolds, Jake Underwood and Shannon Butterfield as we come back to the centre of the ground. Dan Foley and Field in the ruck. Dan Foley taps it back. Gathered by Jesse Lander, picked up by Tom Quinn. He kicks his forward, but Wadley sits his son under this one. It's gathered by Nate Hamlin. He pirouettes back to Tom Anderson. Hand pass on to his mate Jack Reynolds. He can kick around the corner, and he's just to the right. Opportunity there for the Lions.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get enough spin on it. You could see it moving in the air, but it was just to the right a little bit too much. Lions will be looking to field this kick in and go again before the break.
Ben Kelly to bring it to the clubhouse side. Kicks high. Sitting under this is Bance. And he takes a good mark against 2 there. On to Pavitt. Chips one forward looking for Best. It's gone through his legs there. He's put under pressure and he hand passes out of bounds. And it should be a kick to the Lions there. The umpire's called play on.
I think it's going to come
way
back.
out of bounds, wasn't it, Guy?
Yes,
I just can't see here.
Yep. No, he's bringing it back for a repeat throw in. He's conferring with the boundary umpire.
It should be a kick to the Lions because it was hand passed over the sidelines by Wagga Tigers, which it is.
And that's what's going to stay now. Yep, the boundary umpire has stood his ground.
So Hayden Gardner with the free kick to bring it in again. He's kicking it to centre half forward. Sitting under this is Seb Hamlin through his hands. Tapped on by Tom Anderson to Jed Corbett, and he's been held when not in possession there in that marking contest, and he'll take possession of a free kick 30 metres out as Nate Hamlin drilled that in from half forward, and he'll go back and have a shot for the Lions.
Yeah, the Tigers are checking Jed Corbett pretty hard, and that was an illegal check really, that one. Too much attention, a long time before the ball arrived. Again, a great shot behind the number 30. The very tall Jed Corbett comes in on his right. Oh, and it stays right, unfortunately.
Another behind for the Lions.
7-5, 47, 4-4, 28, 22 gone. Again, the Lions have the opportunity to keep it in their 50 as Tigers bring it in.
Wadley brings it in quickly, stops and then continues, and spoiled by Seb Hamlin out on the half-back flank there, and it'll be a throw-in.
They can set their rucks now and have another crack just before the siren goes for half-time.
Oh, this could be a free kick there. City play from Wadley. Throws Seb Hamlin to the ground. And it'll be a free kick to Seb Hamlin, 30 metres out from goal.
No, that's a bad blue. Right on the cusp of half-time. Just ill-discipline there. So he'll kick from about 40. The distance will not be a problem, I would suggest. Comes in on that trusty left, but it's away to the right for a behind.
Another behind of the Lions.
Tigers get a bit of a let off there. 20 points the difference now.
Ben Kelly to bring this one back in. He elects to go to the far side. He points it, going to be long, looking for Stevenson on a league. It's cut off there by Brad Matters. He sends this back into the forward line. Sitting under this is Hayden Garner. Has a big leap from behind. He regathers. Tries to kick it forward. Picked up by Jed Corbett. Hand pass to Blair Walsh. He can't get rid of it. Then he puts a strong tackle on his Tigers opponent in Lockie Myers, and he's held up there in the goal scorer. It'll be a ball up.
Was almost going to be third time lucky for the Lions. Still might be.
Corbett and Field in the ruck. The ball's been forced through there by the Tigers for a behind.
And they get another chance to defend inside their 50 from the kick in.
Wadley to take it this time. He can play on from the square. Kicks long and low, and he's got Field in the centre of the ground. He kicks one forward, but it's off the side of his boot. It's a race for the ball here between Stevenson and Walsh and Pavitt and McCree, and he's caught with the ball. Had no prior opportunity, and it's going to be a ball up there on the halfback flank of the Lions. Dan Foley taps it back. Gathered by Tigers there. And it's forced out of bounds on the far side.
We're going to get a throw in there. We've got Michael McCormack, member for Riverina. He's in attendance here today. He's got his super duper long lens camera. He loves those shots.
Klemke taps that down. It's a scrimmage there for the ball. Gathered by Best. On to Flood. He tries to break one tackle, then two. Gets his hand pass forward to Klemke. Hand passes one on to Pavitt. Can kick this forward. It's a bouncing ball towards the goal square. And it's gathered by Zach Burhop, and he hand passes through the behinds, and it's through for a behind for the Tigers. Pressure there by Wagga Tigers. The Lions couldn't get it out of that last line of defence. Chips one short into the pocket to Brad Matters. He can go on then to Jack Reynolds at half back. Chips another one to Josh Walsh, who marks a little bit further afield as the half-time siren goes to end the second quarter. The Lions have picked it up in that second half of the second quarter to kick 3 goals, as well as the Tigers kicked those 3 early goals in that early part of the second quarter. So it was pretty even tussle there going into half-time.
Yeah, Lions had a little bit of a chance to... They were very close with those behinds there in the dying stages of that quarter. Never mind, it wasn't to be. That's what you call pressure. So pretty tight, even though the Lions are, 3.5 goals in front, roundabout. You wouldn't say that's not a lot in modern footy.
As we take a break for half time, and we're back for the third quarter.
Righto, we're back after the half time break here at the Den. The news for Andrew's got news that Dan Madden's got ice strapped onto his knee in the room, so that's not good.
Yeah, so the Lions down there only got 2 on the bench. And I just see a score coming from Narrandera Sports Ground. At half-time, Narrandera Eagles are up by 2 points against Coolaman. Could this be the upset of the decade? A long way to go yet as we line up for this third quarter. Field and Foley in the ruck. And the umpires found a free kick to McKay there for a hold in the centre of the ground. He elects to go long, looking for Stevenson on a big searching lead, and he takes a good strong mark over the top of Boston McCree. And he'll go back and have a shot.
So a chance for the Tigers inside the first minute of the third quarter. Chance for them to register a major to keep in touch with this Lions outfit. Once again, right behind it here where we're set up in Baz's box. With sponsorship from Jake Woods. He's all NRL, isn't he, Jake, Andrew?
Yes, yeah. He loves his rugby, Jake.
Doesn't get a look in here at the Lions. Comes in on his right. It stays right the whole distance.
First behind of the third quarter to the Tigers. And Brad Mattis has to retrieve this ball off the road as he brings it back. The Lions looking to hold on to this lead here in the third quarter.
We've got to wait till next year for those nets, Andrew, by the look of it.
Yes, they're still in the process of getting made as Brad Mattis brings this into the far side, looking for Zach Burhop, and it'll be a free kick. No, it's going to be a throw-in.
So Zach must have put a foot out over the boundary as he wheeled around.
So on the far side there, throw in there. Dan Foley and Klepke in the ruck. Dan Foley grabs it out of the ruck, tries to get a kick away. Picked up by Tom Anderson. Been very good today, Tom. Kicks one to the wing there and finds Hayden Gardner. Gonna have to kick down the line, looking for Jed Corbett. Ball bounces in front, and it's out of bounds. And it'll be a free kick to the Tigers. A lasso free kick.
Sponsors over there, LDC Grains, Nutrien Wagga Wagga, Donks Concreting, aka Isaac Noble.
Ben Kelly kicks this downfield, but it's a good mark to Lucas Hattie there. At half-back for the Lions. Chips one again, looking for Jed Corbett. He's met solidly in that ruck, and the ball spills free and kick forward there, and it's marked again by Lucas Hattie. Comes infield to Shannon Butterfield on half-back for the Lions. Just struggling to get this ball forward. Finds Zach Burhop on the far wing. Kicks forward looking for Nate Hamlin. He marks. In front of Wadley there, who's holding the shoulder now from that contest. And Jack Reynolds has possession now in a mark at half forward. He chips forward looking for Seb Hamlin. The ball's on the ground there. Diving on top of it is the Tigers player there. He gets a hand pass out. And the umpire's blown the whistle and called for a ball up. Seb Hamlin taps it forward, charging through is Tom Anderson. It's gathered by Seb Hamlin. Into the goal square gets Ben Kelly. Clearance there. Out of defence there, looking for Best. It bounces in front of him. Grabbed by Brad Matters. He's at the 50. Sends this forward with a mammoth big kick for the goal square. And it's through for a behind.
Just fades it. Andrew, you were riding it the whole way and it just faded to the left at the last 10 metres. Would have been a great goal.
So Tigers to bring this back in through McKay. Elects to run this out. He's got Wadley there, takes possession, kicks far to the wing, looking for a Flood, but good mark by Nate Hamlin in front of Flood there. Chips a little one short, finds Shannon Butterfield on the wing, kicks along the line, looking for Jed Corbett, spoiled there by Wadley, but he regathers in the air. The umpire says play on, he breaks the tackle, hand pass to Jake Underwood, comes inside of a handball to no one, the ball's on the ground there, and the ball's held up there. Tigers trying to clear the ball. And it goes wide, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in.
We've got Gammain Sports Club, and as mentioned before, Nationals for Riverina, Michael McCormack.
Klemke in the ruck. Corbett taps it back into the path of Tom Anderson there. Ball spills free. Coming through is Seb Hamlin. He's caught high there in a tackle by the Tigers' opponent. Wadley and the umpire.
Almost give away a 50 here if the Tigers are not careful.
It's Hayden Gardner, actually. He's got the ball. Very much like Seb Hamlin. But he'll go back and take the kick. He's 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
He's giving himself plenty of space. He doesn't want to run close to that man on the mark. So he's only got to concentrate on the distance and the accuracy. Perfect afternoon for football. Baz dared me to say it again. Cross the face of goal for one behind.
Another behind for the Lions.
Perfect afternoon for a lot of things, Baz, outside of football.
That's McKay to bring this in. Chips a little one short. Finds Wadley. It's enough forward. Hand passes on to McKay, who's followed up. Comes through the centre of the ground, kicks long, looking for Stevenson. Tries to take a one-handed mark, but it's grabbed there by Josh Walsh. On to Dan Foley. Back to Josh Walsh. He's tackled. Caught with the ball there at half-back for the Lions. Flood has it.
Yeah, a little bit indecisive there, the Lions.
Drill this in, looking for Stevenson, who marks in the pocket. He'll go back and have a shot.
Yeah, kick from 35, between 35 and 40. Minimal breeze. What there is at his back, so that'll only help him.
And he has the one goal so far today.
Got those lovely green boots on. Right foot. Drop punt. I think the Tigers like it. It's a goal.
First goal of the third quarter to the Tigers. They juice that margin of the Lions. Back to 14 points. McKay's been very prominent early in this third quarter, taking the kick-ins and distributing the ball back through the centre, providing plenty of run there off half-back.
7-8-50, 5-6-36, Lions favour. 8 minutes gone.
Dan Foley and field the ruck. Dan Foley taps it forward. Tom Anderson tackles Flood there in the centre of the ground. They're held up, ball up again. Tap down by Fields, on to Kelly, goes wide, looking for Ryan. Ball bounces in front of him, he gathers, sends a left foot forward, looking for McKay, but Tom Quinn steps in front there. The ball's on the ground there, and it's forced out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in.
Out there, as mentioned, we've got the Kembers there from the Glenheath stud.
Foley and Klemke in the ruck. Dan Foley taps it forward. Gathered by there, Jackson Kelly. Hand passes on to Ryan. Centres the ball back into the centre of the ground there. And Bance is tackled. On to Jackson Kelly. Hand pass forward looking for Mutton. He grabs one. Back to Gorman. Tigers look to bring it across field there. Chip forward there by Myers and finds Pavitt. 55 metres out from goal. Pretty sure he's going to have a shot here.
Have to be a good one.
Kick is on its way. It's going to go deep to the goal square. And Stevenson crashes into the post as well as Josh Walsh.
They've both hit the post.
Both very groggy after that contest, as they are very slow to get to their feet. As the ball's been brought back in and the Lions have it on the wing now through Blair Walsh. He kicks this one forward looking for Jed Corbett. He marks it. The 50 there in front of Ben Kelly.
Remember years ago, Andrew, lethal Lee Matthews broke the point post at the MCG.
As Hamlin flies for this ball, it's on the ground there. Contest there between the Tigers and the Lions. And the umpire will ball it up. Both players are on their feet. Walsh and Stevenson. Klemke taps that forward now. It's gone the ground there. Gathered by Jake Underwood. He's held up in a tackle. Ball tapped down. Tom Anderson races for the ball. He's on his left. He tries to hook this one back. Punch forward there by Hayden Gardner into the path of Seb Hamlin. It's punched through there by Best for Tigers, and it's a behind for the Lions. They quickly bring it in. Find Jackson Kelly. Hand pass on to Flood. He has the ball at half back. Kicks long along the wing looking for Pavitt. Contest here between him and Burhop. A race for the ball. And it's a free kick to the Lions. I think it's a lasso, is it? Yes, lasso free kick.
Some conjecture by the sound of it.
Umpire Joel Fairman is just holding this one up. Just checking with the boundary umpire that that's the case. And it chips a little one short to Jack Reynolds. Play on, not 15. Back to Burhop. He's under pressure here by Pavitt. Breaks the tackle. Chips another one to Charlie Smith. That won't be 15 either. On to Dan Foley. Has a chip back into the centre of the ground looking for Zach McPherson. He gathers on to Charlie Smith. He's got to come back on his left. Gets a hand pass away. Umpire calls play on. Picked up by McCormack onto Stevenson. He can swing around on his right. Looks for Bance. Ball hits the ground there. Overrun by McCormack. Picked up by McKay. And it's through for a goal by McKay. Good pressure there by the Tigers. Forced the turnover from the Lions. Couldn't get it out of defence. And McKay swoops on that one. The ex-Sandful Woodful player. And slotted that through.
You could see that coming, Andrew, you could see that coming with those two shorter than short kicks, not the required distance, put the Lions under too much pressure from the Tigers.
Back to the centre of the ground, Field and Foley in the ruck for the Lions. Dan Foley taps that forward. Gathered by Jack Reynolds. He's wrapped up in a tackle by McKay. It'll be another ball up. Field taps it down, but it's gathered by Nate Hamlin. He kicks forward looking for Hayden Gardner. A wrestle between him and Myers. Picked up by Gardner. He kicks this one forward towards the goals, but it's going to roll out of bounds. And that far forward pocket.
So we'll see a ball in. Being sponsored there by Sam Haddy Plumbing.
Seb Hamlin taps that down, gathered by McKay. Clearing kick out of defence by McKay, but it's come into the path of Zach Burhop. You can send this back in. He goes long, looking for Jed Corbett. He has front position. Ball's punched down by Kelly, gathered by Klemke, going wide to Wadley, then on to Foster. He kicks downfield looking for Stevenson. Josh Walsh has front position. He spoils. Comes to Jesse Lander. He goes wide to Lucas Haddy. Can chip another one along then to Blair Walsh in front of the scoreboard. Can come inside to Jack Reynolds. He marks in front of Tigers opponent. On to Lucas Hattie. Dodges around one. Sends this forward long to the goal square. Under this is Jed Corbett. And it's out of bounds on the full. It'll be a kick to McCabe for the Tigers.
They'll bring it in right in front of the Harris Contracting. Sean Harris and his team.
He goes short to Klemke, who marks it half back. Hand passes it back to McKay. The Lions have got to be aware of that. They've done it countless times. McKay's taken the second possession. As it comes to half forward, McCulloch spins around and gets a hand pass away. It's gathered by Jack Reynolds. He sends this one forward. At the back is Hayden Gardner. He leaps high, but it falls over the back there to Myers. Click out of defence here. Forward. Under it is Spur Hop. Ball's on the ground there. Coming through is McCulloch. Back to Klemke. Gets a kick forward there. Coming to meet it is Pavitt and Matters. Shoves him out of the way is Matters. A kick wide to Zach McPherson. And he holds it up there on half-back for the Lions. He can go wide to Josh Walsh on the opposing half-back flank. Can chip a little one to Lucas Hattie. Another one then to Zach Burhop on the wing. He marks just inside the boundary line.
They've gone on a safari out the other side of the ground, Andrew.
He's going to have to kick down the line, looking for Jed Corbett. It's gone over the back there, looking for Jake Underwood. It bounces. He shoves his Tigers opponent out of the way and tries to get a hand pass away, but he's tackled there 30 metres out from goal.
Did all the hard work, got rid of his Tigers opponent and lost his feet, unfortunately.
Dan Foley and Klemke in the ruck. Klemke taps that down to Myers. He kicks this out of defence. It's high. Coming back to meet it is Tom Anderson. And there's a good tackle there on the Tigers opponent by Seb Hamlin. He has the possession of the ball. 25 metres out from goal as Lucas Hattie wasn't too good after that marking contest. He wanders back to the wing. Seb Hamlin to send this forward for the Lions. Numbers in the goal square for the Tigers, and it's a good mark by Field. He's taken a good contested mark there in the goal square. He's going to come to the clubhouse side. He kicks this high, looking for Stevenson. Spoiled there by Josh Walsh, gathered by Colby Hamlin, but he's taken out over the boundary line. And the umpire will call for a throw-in.
And of course, we got Jason Hamlin from that regional hydraulics business.
Seb Hamlin and Klemke in the ruck. Tapped forward by Seb Hamlin, gathered by McKay. Clearing kick forward, looking for Kelly. Gathered by Zach McPherson. Swings around on his right, sends this forward. Goes through the arms of Klemke. Race for the ball there. McKay's grabbed it. He grabbed up in a tackle. The ball spills free onto Jesse Lander. Kicks this one forward. Looking for Hayden Gardner, but he's just pushed his opponent, Lockie Myers, in the back. And free kick to Myers on half-back. He'll look to switch. He's got Wadley back in the goal square. He finds him. He looks to come back into the centre of the ground. Goes long and wide, looking for Crawford Foster. He drops the mark there on the wing. Pressure by Lucas Hattie. He tries to gather. He's tackled. Gets his hand pass away. On to Blair Walsh. He has the ball on the wing, brings it inside and finds Dan Foley. And the umpire's played a chopping of the arms. And he has the ball 40 metres out from goal. He can come infield and finds Nate Hamlin 30 metres out, straight in front.
Well, the Lions need a steadier, and it needs to come now. Yeah, the man on the mark's probably 30, but he's going to have to kick from 35. Directly in front, northern end of the ground. Everything else is perfect. We wait for him to come in. On his right. Golempos stands his ground and watches it. Goal to the Lions. A much needed one after a lot of mucking around.
Yes, that's Nate Hamlin's third goal.
8-9-57, 6-6-42, 20 minutes gone. Third term.
The Tigers have kicked 2 goals so far this quarter to the Lions 1. Lions hold a 15-point lead. Seb Hamlin in the ruck against Field. Field taps it down, but it's towed forward there by Jesse Lander. Tapped back by Seb Hamlin, and Jesse Lander's wrapped up in a tackle there by Gorman, and umpire Mav Rudis will ball this up. Tapped down by Seb Hamlin. Jesse Lander overruns it, picked up by McKay. Kicked there by Kelly, doesn't go anywhere. Punched backwards by Lander. The ball spills free, and an umpire off the ball has found a free kick to Jackson Kelly. Didn't have possession of the ball there. He can come wide and finds Davis. Gets one back to Jackson Kelly. Sends this forward looking for Stevenson. It's spoiled by Josh Walsh. He comes through. Tom Quinn is tackled there in possession of the ball, and it's held up 30 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
So
Field tries to grab it out of the ruck, gathered by Tom Anderson. Hand pass back to Matters, on to Jack Reynolds. He kicks this wide. And the ball's gathered by Gorman, who's tackled out over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in.
strong tackle by Shannon Butterfield.
Klemke and Seb Hamlin in the ruck. Klemke taps it out the back, but it's gathered by Jackson Kelly. He kicks this forward and high. Sitting under it is Boston McCree. Over the back is Josh Walsh. Spoils. Matters comes through. It's gathered by Jackson Kelly. He gets a hair pass back to Klemke. Breaks one tackle, two tackles. Then has a running shot at goal. McKay tries to mark and spoiled by Tom Quinn. It's through for a behind.
They're having a mighty tussle, those two.
Zach Burhop brings us in, kicks long, looking for Jesse Lander, but he's found Zach McPherson at half back there. Hand pass to Tom Anderson. He kicks forward, looking for Dan Foley. He marks in front of Best, gets a hand pass on to Blair Walsh. He can send this forward for the Lions, looking for Jed Corbett. It goes over the back, a race for the goals, and it's through for a goal, is it? Yes. No one got a hand on it, and it's a goal to Blair Walsh from 50 out.
Tigers player is pleading with the goal umpire that he touched it, but the decision won't change. Decision on the scoreboard. You can slow it down, have a look on the replay, won't matter. It's not going to change.
So the Lions get out to a 21-point lead.
9-9-63. 6-6-42.
They've been able to have an answer for the Tigers all day. Can they keep doing that? Down to 2 on the bench. Seb Hamlin's doing a fair bit of the ruck there as he swats that one forward there. Race for the ball by Flood. Jesse Lander tries to tow it off the ground. Coming through is Blair Walsh. He can't pick it up. Gathered by Best there. And he is wrapped up in a tackle. Field grabs it out of the ruck, gets his kick forward there, goes over the top of Klemke, a race for the ball by Boston McCree, coming out to meet it is Stevenson. He slips, gets a hand pass on to Ryan, he runs into an open goal, and he's kicked a quick reply from the Tigers.
Not to be outdone, the Tigers. It's a pretty good game here at the Den. Tigers putting it right up to the Lions. 9-9-63, 7-6-48. The quarter's almost done. It's 23 and a half gone. Lions bench working those changes as they try to get some fresh legs, keep the fresh legs up, some spells.
Back to the centre of the ground. Dan Foley grabs it out of the ruck and swings around on his right, and he's found Charlie Smith at centre half forward. Dubious whether it was 15, but anyway, the umpire's paid it. He kicks a floating kick forward through the arms of Seb Hamlin. Grabbed by Wadley there. Hand pass out by Flood. Finds Gorman. Goes to hand pass back. He's tackled. Hand pass spills free, gathered by Hayden Gardner, kicks his forward into the centre of the ground, sitting under it is Tom Anderson, spoiled by Ryan, coming through is Gorman again, gets his kick away, pressure there by the Lions, it goes on to Dan Foley, kicks his forward looking for Jed Corbett, coming through to meet it is Kelly, Tom Anderson dives in on top of it, and the umpire is going to have a ball up.
So trapped in
centre half forward.
Trapped in the Lions forward line, directly out from the northern goal.
Seb Hamlin tries to go up in the ruck there, shepherded from Klemke. The ball's pushed forward there by the Lions with numbers. Clearing kick there by Myers. Comes out to Foster. The umpire's bringing it back. He's found a free kick to Wadley.
I think he's signalled over the shoulder, Andrew. I wouldn't be sure.
So the ball's being brought back to Wadley, 20 metres out from the Lions' goal. He elects to chip one short and finds Jackson Kelly. He can come inside to Lockie Myers. He marks, and as he's taken the mark, the ball's been knocked free, and he'll get a 50. It's not Wadley's, it's Lockie Myers' kick. He hand passes quickly to Jackson Kelly, been called it, bring it back.
So a chance for Tigers here late in the quarter.
Chips one forward to Jackson Kelly, chips one forward, but that's intercepted by Tom Anderson, who marks in front of Wadley. He has the ball in the centre of the ground for the Lions. Goes wide to Dan Foley. Won't be too long left in this third quarter. He goes wide to Lucas Hattie. Looks for Zach McPherson. Ball spills free there, gathered by Jackson Kelly. Swings around, sends this forward for the Tigers there. Sitting under it is Brad Matters. He tries to intercept. Gathered by Boston McCree. A quick one on to Brad Matters. Hand passes back looking for Shannon Butterfield as that siren goes to end the third term. Two goals to the Lions, 3 to the Tigers.
So the Lions lost a bit of ground that quarter. A little bit of that short play, Andrew. Bit. I know that you don't always want to kick down the line if there's nothing offering, but sometimes you've got to wonder.
Yes,
anyway.
They've just been held up there. They haven't got that free-flowing football out of defence that we're accustomed to see. Options further up the field have been limited.
Yeah, well, of course, Jack Sassay's a big out.
Yeah, they're missing his kicking efficiency across half-back there.
Yeah, he creates a lot from that half-back. And the Tigers they're checking Jed closely. Why wouldn't you? He's a damaging player if he can grab it with those tall arms. So, well, the club treasurer Michael Quinn, his son Liam, they've travelled to Melbourne. They'll be a bit happier now. The Swans have eventually got over St Kilda at Marvel Stadium. They got Peter Brill in tow with them. I believe they're going to back up tonight and see another game at Marvel, so they'll have had a feast of footy, and more importantly now he'll be wanting to see the Lions get home here at the Den. We'll have a drink and then we'll bring that last quarter home to you from the Den. Righto, back for the last quarter here at the Den. 13 points the difference, anybody's game. Not a breath of wind, so it's all up to their own abilities.
Dan Foley and Field in the ruck for the Tigers. Dan Foley taps that forward, gathered by Field though, kicks his forward, but sitting under it is Zach McPherson on half-back there, he marks. Tigers have been very good to lock these Gammane opponents up as he goes wide and finds Colby Hamlin. Forced to kick long, looking for his brother Seb through the hands of Finn Hubbard as Hayden Gardner's wrapped up in a tackle there by Lockie Myers. 60 metres from the Lions' goal. Dan Foley grabs this out of the ruck, he kicks it forward into the path of Jack Reynolds. He tries to keep it in, but rolls over the sideline in the pocket there. Lions will be desperate to get this first goal of the fourth quarter.
Get a throw in there right in front of Bance & Co. Funeral Directors. The Bances had a long association with the Wagga Tigers, so we also welcome their sponsorship here at the Den.
Seb Hamlin tries to grab it out of the ruck. He gathers. He's copped one high there, and the umpires call for a ball up.
A little bit unlucky. The crowd were thinking that should have been a free kick.
Pavitt and as Tom Anderson grabs that out of the ruck and kicks it forward through from behind. There's good pressure there by Corey Pavitt and Finley Hubbard for the Tigers. And it's a first score of the fourth quarter to the Lions. Takes them out to a 14-point lead as Ben Kelly to bring this ball back in. And he elects to go long to the clubhouse side looking for Stevenson. Seb Hamlin has front position and takes a strong mark.
Had his eyes on it the whole journey.
Been marking the ball very well. He sends this forward. Looking for Jed Corbett on a strong lead. He tries to mark, he gathers.
Oh, he's ridden into the ground.
And the ball spills free as Hayden Gardner's tackled and players pile in on top of him. And the umpire ball it up 30 metres out from the Lions goal as Klempe punches this one forward as Gorman taps it further afield again onto Nick McCormack. He's tackled as he kicks that ball away. Coming out to meet it is Brad Matters. He sends this back for the Lions. It's a floating kick. Coming out to meet it is Jad Corbett. Finley Hubbard spills free and it's a free kick to the Tigers, caught without possession, but it's quickly played on by Pavitt. Gathered by the Lions, Tigers here in Gorman. Kicks his forward, cut off by Zach Burhop. He gathers, he can send this back for the Lions. He can spot one in the pocket there, but the kick is smothered by Bance. He comes out to meet it. Ball spills free, and he deems to not have possession. The ball will go to Bance here on the wing. Free kick Tigers. Kicks down the wing, it's a floater. In front is Brad Matters, he spoils. Tries to meet it, he's held when not in possession. Play on, says the umpire. Hand pass over the top. Klempe's met by Burhop. Gathered to Foster. Kicks his forward. Looking for Tigers there, and it's well spoiled by Boston McCree.
Yeah, double-fisted over the boundary there.
Ball comes in. Tapped on the ground there, coming out to meet is Shannon Butterfield as Colby Hamlin kicks it off the ground, but it's going to come back to Shannon Butterfield. Didn't have possession of the ball. He has it on half-back. He chips a little one wide to Brad Matters in front of the Tigers bench. Drills one long and low, looking for Jed Corbett. Ball spills free. And he just catches, Jed Corbett just catches Norman there high.
I feel sorry for Jed there. His opponent is sort of virtually...
The ball's kickback guy, yes. And
he's pushing him virtually. He's concealing it very well. He's working Jed and just pushing him under the ball, just disguising it enough. Jed's just getting a little bit flustered. I don't blame him.
He's a very experienced player, Ben Kelly, as the ball's tapped down by Klempe onto the path of Jesse Landis. Going forward for the Lions there. Little tap back by Blair Walsh, very convincingly onto Shannon Gardner, and he drills that one through around the corner for the Lions. A much-needed goal.
Great persistence for the Lions there.
It was a bit of great thinking by two young fellas then. Two 16-year-olds.
Yeah, beyond their years there.
And the Lions get the first goal of this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Andrew's correct. Jed's on a much superior opponent experience-wise. That's it. But you can't just help but feel his frustration. He's just working him, just gives him a little bit of a nudge late, and he can't complete the mark.
Yes, you just got to learn with that and deal with it. We come back to the centre of the ground as Dan Foley tries to gather that one, and there's a free kick there to McKay. I don't know what it was for, but he has it in the centre of the ground. He plays on quickly, drills one looking for Stevenson. Out on a strong lead, spoiled by Josh Walsh. Ball's on the ground there, he tries to gather. Stevenson dives in on top of it, and the ball's held up there at half-back by the Lions.
So a stalemate inside the 50. Tigers attack, northern end.
And Tigers grab this out of the ruck through field. That's gathered there by Shannon Butterfield onto Jack Reynolds. Gets his kick forward now, looking for Jed Corbett. He's marked. He gets a free kick for Held that time. Goes to play on, but he's been called to go back, take his kick.
The crowd reminding the umpire that, yes, it's about time Jed had one.
He's looking for Jack Reynolds in the pocket, but it's spoiled by Wadley. Race for the ball here by Charlie Smith. He gathers, but it's picked up by Tigers. Back to Wadley. One over the top to Pavitt. Goes back to Wadley. Tigers taking it down that wing. Looking for McKay. Race for the ball here. And he's met solidly there by Tom Quinn. And the ball spills free, and it's held up by the Lions once again. Across half back there. Desperation there by Zach Burhop. Come off his man. Assisted Tom Quinn.
Yeah,
and
great
held
work.
that ball up.
Great work there by the Lions defence.
Field. Strong in the ruck there. The ball's on the ground. Coming out of the pack is Shannon Butterfield. Kicks this forward looking for Hayden Gardner, but he's comes into the path of Myers. He goes wide to Klemke. On to Ryan. Sends this one forward looking for Field, but it's a good strong mark there by Boston McCree. He goes wide to the scoreboard side and he finds Dan Foley who takes a mark. He plays on. He's got Jack Reynolds in the centre of the ground. Jed Corbett meets it out in front of him. He's got an open 50. Sends his forward looking for Seb Hamlin and finds him 20 metres out from goal.
Well played, both players from the Lions. Jed was right up in the centre of the ground. He had the break that time, was able to mark on his chest, wheel around. He had vision of Seb streaming to the goal. He will kick from 25 to 30 out at the southern end of the ground. Everything in his favour. It's right where you want to be. And he makes no mistake.
He slots his third. Matches his brother Nate, who has 3. So 3 to Seb, 3 to Nate. 1 each to Jack Reynolds, Jake Underwood, Shannon Butterfield and Blair Walsh.
11-10-76. The Tigers are 7-8-50. Already 8 minutes gone in the final term here at the Den.
And you look at this Lions forward line, Guy. There's 5 fellas out there that are still teenagers, and Seb Hamlin would be only 21.
No, it's a credit to them, Andrew. A credit to the club.
And we come back to the centre of the ground. Dan Foley taps it to himself, takes it out of the ruck. A hand pass to Tom Anderson. He sends this high. It's going to come down from the sky, and it's over the boundary lines. It'll be a throw-in. Half forward line for the Lions.
So we've got McGrath Real Estate and Mark Bradley Plumbing. Thank you for your sponsorship.
Klemke, front position, swats that backward, gathered by McKay. Onto McCormack, taps it onto Myers, kicks his forward. Brad Matters attempts to mark it, goes through the hands of Boston McCree onto Mutton. He has to kick backwards, spoiled by Matters. He gathers, hair passes it to Tom Quinn in the centre of the ground, onto Colby Hanlon. He sends this wide, looking for Jed Corbett on a big searching lead. He marks 45 metres out from goal. And he'll go back and have a shot from 50. He's looking to unload.
That's the way to deliver it to Jed. Take away that high business. Deliver it out in front of him. He covers a lot of ground with those legs. His opponent can't interfere with that situation. He can't get the fist around the front of the body. Well led, good delivery. Kick from just outside the 50.
Going to fall short. Flying high to Shannon Gardner, but it's grabbed by Jack Reynolds. And the umpire called for a ball up in the pocket. No, he's gone through the behinds. It's going to be a behind. As McKay brings it in quickly. Chips a little one short. Finds Klemke. He's going to go wide to the far wing. Sitting under this is Lucas Hattie. He tries to mark. Tries to keep possession. Dan Foley assisting there. As Tigers player attempts to break the tackle. The umpire calls for a ball up. Foley and Klemke in the ruck. Foley taps it back. Finds Jesse Lander. Swings around on his left. Comes into the centre of the ground, but it's marked by Pavitt 30 metres out from goal. Switches here. Comes across, finds Gorman. He can give a little hand pass to Field. He chips one over to him. He has it at half back. Finds Pavitt. The ball spills free, but he's taken the mark right inside the sideline. Goes back across to Field. He can switch to Kelly, but no, he comes back to Pavitt. Let's keep him off here at the moment. Tigers just giving little short.
You can almost see this coming undone for the Tigers too.
Now he elects to go long. Front position is Zach Burhop. He tries to mark, he regathers. Gets a hand pass over the top looking for Tom Quinn. He's tackled. The ball comes free, gathered by McCormack. Back to McCulloch, tries to break one tackle. Then Pavitt, Davis tries to break a tackle, but he's caught by Seb Hamlin, and it'll be a ball up.
Right, just around from the commentary position.
Dan Foley and Klemke in the ruck. Dan Foley grabs out of the ruck. Foster tries to burst out of the pack, but he's caught. Number of players surging on him, and the umpire will ball it up.
No, free kick to the line.
Oh, it is a free kick, sorry.
No, he said he took on the tacklers.
You're right, Guy. He did try to do that as Nate Hamlin sends this forward into the pocket. And the ball goes over the back, and it's out over the sideline for a throw-in.
So the Lions won't mind that. They'll try and trap it in here, get another major. 12 and a half minutes gone now.
Ball thrown in, Seb Hamlin front position. He's pushed under the ball there. Pavitt comes out of defence, kicks this one high, looking for Stevenson. He gathers, there's no one in the 50 for the Tigers. He's going to have a long-range shot at goal. It's a race for the goal square. The ball's rolling, and it's going to beat Zach Burhop, and it's through for a goal for the Tigers.
That keeps them in touch.
That's Stevenson's third.
11-11-77. Tigers 8-8-56. We're only just a tick over halfway through the quarter. Good reply to the Tigers. One thing we know about the Tigers after all these years, Andrew, they won't stop.
No, they'll keep coming, Guy, as Coolman's found their surges now. They've jumped out of 70 to a 49 lead over Narrandera as we come back to the centre of the ground here. Dan Foley in the ruck up against Pavitt. The Lions hold a 21-point lead as Dan Foley taps that one forward. Coming out to meet it is Klemke, kicks one forward, finds McCormack in the centre of the ground there. Tigers are making a surging run here as he kicks this long, looking for Stevenson. Spoiled by Boston McCree, gathered by McKay, back to Gorman. He chips a little short one, looking for Kelly. He's tapped on the shoulder there by Zach Burhop, and he'll get a free kick 30 metres out from goal.
Yeah, too much attention in the marking contest over the shoulder. So Tigers another chance to ping one at the northern end of the ground. He'll unload from around about 35, directly in front. As we watch.
Kick is on its way.
It's a goal all the way.
2 quick goals in succession there for the Tigers. And the Lions lead by 15 points. $15-minute mark of the last quarter.
Pretty good contest here at the Den. Riverina football.
Back to the centre of the ground. Dan Foley and Field in the ruck. Dan Foley taps that forward. Gathered by Flood. Hand passes back to McCulloch. Kicks one forward to the half-forward line there for the Tigers. Brad Matters spoils, but it comes into the path of Murray Stevenson. He has a shot at goal, but he's kicked it across the face of goal. Bad miss there from a very experienced player. And it'll be a throw-in in this near side pocket. Ball thrown in. Ball's on the ground there, coming through his Tigers there, gathered by Foster. Hand passes back. tackle on flood there by Nate Hamlin, and he's held up at half back.
Yeah, no prior. The umpire will ball it up. So it's right on the arc of the 50. Tigers attack, northern end.
Klemke and Foley in the ruck. Klemke taps it down, coming through as Wadley. He's wrapped up in another strong tackle by Nate Hamlin. Felt every bit of that Wadley. He's very slow to get to his feet. Umpire probably should have held the ball up, but he's thrown it up. The ball's on the ground there, and it's a good tackle by Hayden Gardner on Foster.
He's still quite groggy, Andrew.
Ball bounces on the ground there, and the umpire's found a free kick to Klemke against Dan Foley. Sends this one forward, looking for Stevenson. He's put plenty of tension on Josh Walsh there.
Free kick to Josh Walsh.
He's disposed of him as he's went to lead for that one, and it'll come back to Josh Walsh.
It's brought the Lions supporters alive on the bank, Andrew. They weren't pleased with that.
He's chipped one forward to Zach McPherson, then on to Zach Burhop. Quickly again on to Brad Matters, and on again to Lucas Hattie. He's disposed of, gathered by McCormack, comes inside to Mutton, then on to McCormack again, sends this in forward, looking for Stevenson. He's high, spoiled by Josh Walsh, gathered by Kelly, back to Jackson Kelly. Ball bounces over the top of the Gammain players, on to Klemke, tries to dodge around one, kicks one forward, spoiled by Boston McCree. Out of bounds it goes to that far pocket. 18 minutes gone in this final term. Lions scrambling to hold on here.
Disciplined play by Boston McCree.
Ball thrown in, field front position, ball's on the ground there, coming through is Shannon Butterfield, and he's been caught with the ball. And the free kick will go to Luke McKay.
So an opportunity for the Tigers to edge closer. 30 out, northern goal. I'll say it again, Baz. Perfect afternoon for football.
McKay very much concentrating on this kick. Comes in on his approach. The kick is on its way. The goal umpire has called a behind. He's missed. The Lions hold a 14-point lead now as Brad Matters brings this in and finds Zach Burhop at half-back, and he can play on here. Takes one bounce, a hand pass on to Zach McPherson. Goes one way, then the next, and he finds Jed Corbett at centre-half forward. He's 60 metres from goal. He's looking for Hayden Gardner in the pocket, and he finds him. Finds him right on the boundary line.
Tigers are appealing for the ball to be called out of bounds. The field umpire has called up the boundary umpire to might want to review that decision.
No, he's calling it a mark.
The kick will stand while we wait for him to have a shot. Sponsors there. Intersales got that machinery agency all around the Riverina. You'd be up for a new header, wouldn't you, Andrew?
Oh, certainly. As Hayden Gardner has kicked truly. What a kick! Goal umpire's calling the central umpire in here. He's
still not sure.
He might have been blindsided on that one, but the players like he's called a behind. He's called a behind. As McKay brings this quickly in for the Tigers, dodges around Tom Quinn, kicks it forward into the centre of the ground. Ball's rolling through players' legs there, grabbed by Foster there, hand pass on to Kelly, on to McCormack here. He can kick one forward, looking for Stevenson, and he's marked 40 metres out from goal. Probably needs to play on quickly here as we reach the 20-minute mark of this final term.
Costly miss for the Lions at the southern end. Tigers got it down there quickly.
Distance is not beyond him as he comes in on his approach. Kick is on its way, but it's going to drift to the left. And it's marked by Boston McCree right in the pocket. He's cramping.
Haven't got time for that, son.
He chips across goal and finds Brad Matters. He can chip again and finds Dan Foley. Still inside Tigers 50. He can go wide to Zach Burhop. Lions trying to control this. He can go on then to Brad Matters, who's run onto the wing in front of the scoreboard. He can chip another one over the top to Lucas Hattie, but it bounces on the ground. Back to Brad Matters. Can come back to Zach Burhop. He's got Dan Foley in the centre of the ground. He marks. He can switch here. Goes back to Boston McCree in the 50. He can come along the wing. He's got Colby Hamlin wide, and he marks on the wing here in front of the Tigers box. Kicks down the line looking for his brother Seb. It goes through his hands. Race for the ball here by Ryan. He's caught high. And he get the free kick.
He wants to be careful he doesn't get it taken off him for remonstrating.
And he has possession on the wing. He can come wide again to Gorman in front of the kiosk. Lions with numbers back in defence.
It's a willing tussle here in the dying stages of the Lions and the Tigers at the Den.
He plays on, kicks this long, looking for Stevenson. Spoiled by Dan Foley. Coming to meet at his field. He gets his hand pass away to Ryan. He hand passes, gathered by Josh Walsh back to Dan Foley and held up there 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal. Time ticking away for the Tigers. 22 minutes gone in this last quarter.
It's good to have a close one.
Dan Foley swats that forward. Ball's on the ground there, kick forward by the Tigers. Coming out to meet it there is Gorman, dodges around 1 and 2, dribbles one along the ground, it's cut off by Boston McCree, and he taps it through for a behind. And he's been pinged for knocking the ball through, as McKay quickly takes the kick and kicks the goal. Well, there you go. As the ball comes back to the centre. And it'll be a goal to the Tigers. Back to the centre of the ground. 24 minutes gone in this last quarter. The Lions hold us two kick lead. 9 points. Dan Foley and Klemke in the ruck. Ball's tapped down. The ball's on the ground there. McCormick has hold of it. He's wrapped up by 3 Gammain opponents, and the umpire will ball it up once again. Umpire throws it up. Dan Foley taps it forward. Gathered by Flood. Kicks this one forward. Looking for Matters and Best. It's gathered by Ryan. Ball spills 3 there. Gathered by McCormack. Kicks this one forward. Murray Stevenson marks on his chest in front of Josh Walsh in the pocket. And he'll go back and have a shot.
This is going to make it interesting, to say the least. There's a lot that Tigers surging late here at the Den. There's the siren.
The siren goes with Murray Stevenson to take his kick.
They can't win the game.
He kicks the goal.
The goal. The goal will stand.
And Stevenson kicks his 4th, and the Lions win by 3 points.
11-12-78, 11-9-75. In a pretty willing contest of football here between the powerhouse Cats of the Riverina Football League. Well, I can't recall one of those decisions being paid this year, Andrew, where it was where the player was penalised for rushing it through. So anyway, that's in the rule book. It's on the scoreboard now.
And the Lions hold on.
Yes.
No, it was a very close tussle all day. Ebbed and flowed, and
the Lions got out to a decent break, but you always felt that the Tigers had more in them, and that's how they came home.
Yes, the Tigers' experienced players in that last quarter, Stevenson and McKay.
Yeah, they
McCormack, they stood up.
Steadied the ship. They were dangerous inside their 50. Anyway, good test for the Lions here at the Den.
Yes, good effort today from Tom Anderson was very good for the Lions. Nate Hamlin, Seb Hamlin, kicked 3 goals apiece.
They only dropped one game at home against here at the Den, haven't we? Against the Hoppers, I think. Yes,
against the Hoppers. So the Lions will hold on to that second spot for another week or two. It's down to 2 more games with the Lions to come up against Narrandera. Is it Leeton? No, Narrandera next weekend, isn't it?
Yeah,
at Narrandera.
And then our last home game 2 weeks from today is against Leeton, Andrew. So
Narrandera were very good against Coolaman today for the first half. Leeton have won over Griffith. Leeton have beaten Griffith 85-62 at Leeton.
So once again, it's a week of work ahead for the Lions trainers, Andrew, with got some injuries. Hopefully we can welcome back those guys that missed today.
Yes, well, certainly Jack Sussay should be pretty right for come back next week. And
yeah, it's hard for the Lions to cover a player that's experienced player in the form of Jack Sussay, like the form he's been in this year, been in the form of his life. Anyway, they've got away with it. 3-point win here at the Den. Once again, we thank Baz and Tammy for their efforts. Thank you, Andrew, for the call. And hopefully the commentators, they might get a share of that $7,000 tomorrow in the 200 club. We've got a ticket between us, so
yep, it'd be handy.
Enjoy the rest of the season.
Yes, we'll be back here in 2 weeks.